we're not going to throw you out because you can't afford, I can't remember what it was back then. It was like £1, maybe, two quid or something in to the Orpheus on a Thursday night, and and he said, no, I'll have to do something. And Jim Carlin, the drummer, came around and said, you know what you can do? You can man the merch desk. And do you know what the merch desk was? It was like a wee box about that size with about 16 CDs, I was going to say. 16 cassette tapes, that demos that we were selling, that were our big Testament demo. Everybody loved, Situation Vacant and Confusion and Breaker and that. So I had this wee, and Steve says, yeah, okay. So this magnate of the highest, quality agent in the world, who took private jets everywhere towards the end, and organised, festivals and things. And there he was standing behind a wee desk at the Testament gig, selling cassettes. And they all went, sort of at £1 a shot sort of thing. But so that was my first, but it certainly wasn't the last, because then we became friends after that, but not very close friends still, until a little bit later on. Things moved from the Orpheus to the Labour Club. It was a wee place on Waring Street. It was a dive, but back then, like 83 or whatever, 84. You didn't have much choice in where you were, because the Rosetta and thing, that wasn't on the go at the time. So the Labour Club, again on a Thursday night, was where everyone went to, and then I used to meet up with the Testament guys in Musgrave Park, actually, and drink buckfast and do silly things, then go and set up and do a gig. And I was standing and we were sound checking, and at this stage the bar, the actual Labour Club, was open. It wasn't closed, because there were other parts of the club that were accessible. In particular on this occasion to like a sort of a punk club. There was like a punk biker club sort of going on, in like in the back bar. And plus the place used to show blue movies on a Sunday afternoon, I think, as well. Very high quality venue. But so I was standing singing. I think, yeah, we were sound checking with Am I Evil, the Diamond Head song, and the intro goes on for about 2 minutes. So I didn't have any singing to do, and I saw this wee character running past the door with about two like Mohican guys, running after him, sort of thing. So it clicked on me. I said, "That's that guy that was that was at our gig in the Orpheus, and he's just those." So I says, you just carry on. I'll be back to start singing. Don't worry about it. And I jumped off the stage, ran out through the door, up the wee corridor, round to the back bar, and there were the punks, and they were ready to hit Steve, and nobody knew what he had done, but he was a very antagonistic wee character from time to time, so he's obviously annoyed them, and I grabbed him and then said to the punks, leave him alone, he's with us, and brought him into the gig. But the punks said, if we see him on his own, going to give him a 4D1. So I said to him, you stay up here in the while we're playing, just stay, close to the back of the stage, sort of thing. And then it was all great. Everything was 100%. We started doing our gig. The crowd came in, and Liver Club on a Thursday night got a healthy wee audience, But so I started singing. The band started playing, and about 3 songs in, I started hearing these, well, it was something that I definitely wasn't used to hearing in rehearsals. So I heard these great backing vocals, and I was going, but the Heen doesn't sing. He'll do the odd Gulder, and and Mickey Cullen, doesn't really, and Nebs, no way he was going to be singing. So where are these backing vocals coming from? And so I stepped back and I looked down, and Steve Strange had taken the microphone out of the bass drum, and he was sitting singing away while we were playing. But he was singing in perfect harmony at the times whenever there was harmonies needed, and it was just looking down, going, well, work away there, son. Go ahead, and because I mean that was the first time that I realised that he was a really good singer. I was to find out later on that he was a really good drummer too, but not until, I mean, I had seen him drumming, because in fact my brother and he drummed together, and I think it was a band called Diablo, with I can't even remember the name. I think Tom and Stefan. They were Ported Down boys anyway, and I think so anyway. I think I was at so I had seen him drumming, and I thought that he was great, and then all the bands chopped and changed, over that period of time. So I was like going from Testament to Ashanti to Emerald or whatever. And this time, whenever Emerald, Davy Bates had decided that he was going to go off and play with Peace Frog, so he couldn't dedicate time to Emerald. So we were looking for a new drummer, and it was Stevie Hughes, but some good guys, having tryouts for the thing. But we were expecting Julian Watson to come along on a Saturday afternoon to Stevie Prosser's house, where we did the show, or the rehearsal, and we hear the wee, what the hell's that? Well, went out, and there's Steve Strange in a wee Vespa scooter, we have a helmet on, sort of thing, a set of drumsticks, and going, I'm here to try out, and Remy's looking at me going, who says? And I went, he is a really good drummer, So Julian was getting the job, I mean, he was getting the job anyway, because he'd already played a couple of times with us, and I mean, Julian Watson was just, no better than Steve, to tell you the truth, but at the same time, we'd promised him the gig. But seeing Steve had come along, we ended up letting him have a few songs on, and he didn't even know the songs really, but he was just playing away, and he was brilliant, So I mean, that was me. In my eyes, at that stage, he was a great singer and a great drummer. And then we went to the Rosetta bar that night. The Rosie was up and running by that stage, and he said, "Can I come along as well?" Of course you can.